talk about a movie called The Adults. Alan saw this, I think it's Sundance.
No, at Oak Cliff Film Festival.
Yes. Alan, tell us about The Adults, which stars Michael Cera, his two sisters, and it's about young adults transitioning from being irresponsible kids into adulthood. Alan, tell us about The Adults.
Yes, be careful how you use the word transitioning. Yeah, so Michael Cera. So this is a family. Michael Cera plays Eric. Hannah Gross is Rachel. Sophia Lillis is Maggie. Their mother recently passed away, and so they're kind of left with the house. The family is a little bit devastated by that fact, and Eric has gone off to do his job, leaving behind his sisters. And one day, Eric decides to just show up, and I think travel plans forced him to kind of hang out with his family. And the movie is just about, a once close family torn apart and then kind of trying to pick up the pieces and bring them back together. Maggie is the youngest. She misses Eric desperately. Rachel is, there's a conflict between her and Eric that has kind of made them estranged. So much so that when Eric is in town, he'll stay at a motel. He won't stay with his sisters in their house. And so this is it kind of. So what happens is Eric is a poker player, and he's found himself a nice home game, and he's kind of like he's doing really good. He keeps wanting to play this poker game, and so that forces him to stay with his family longer. And as the more time he spends with them, the more of the conflict that they refuse to talk about builds up. So it's basically a family drama. I kind of admire what this was doing, but I was not 100% sold on the movie. The way it's shot it's very improvised, so the dialogue, it just feels very labored at times, and sometimes you feel like they're just trying to fill in the gaps of silence. But the thing that really annoyed me about the movie is apparently this family were once theater nerds, and the way what they did as children was to create the best way, like little variety shows. They would do song and dance numbers. They would mimic their favorite characters. There's a scene where Maggie and Eric get out of a situation by imitating Marge Simpson. As much as I know that I think they were trying to endear the audience with these things, it got to be a bit annoying. And so, yeah, I mean, I gave it a bare recommendation just because I like the family dynamic, but I don't know. I was not a huge fan of this movie. What are your thoughts?
I thought it was fine. I like. Look, I'd rather see just an okay indie movie than like a big Hollywood blockbuster. But I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the performances, and I like Michael Cera. Look at Michael Cera as Alan, right? Michael Cera as Alan was the big highlight of Barbie. You had Alan representation in The Adults. So I enjoyed the film, and there's an interview actually with Michael Cera and the director on our interviews channel. I think it dropped today. So I actually quite enjoyed the film. I like the sort of, like, I know like sometimes indie movies can have kind of a slow burn. It's more character based, but I actually enjoyed it. So
yeah, it's kind of like it's fictional cinema verite.
Yeah,
that's what they're going for, just trying to be as authentic, and it reeks of that indie vibe at that point.
Let's go to your comments and questions. So a mild recommendation for The Adults.